Trimming a cat's claws every 2 to 3 weeks is an important part of maintaining your pet's health. Not only does a quick trim protect you, your pet, and your family, it can also save your sofa, curtains, and other furniture. Nail trimming is also a fast and effective alternative to declawing, which involves surgical amputation and can cause behavioral and health issues. If the idea of trimming a cat's claws has you biting your nails, know that all it takes is some patience and a bit of practice to sharpen your skills. Start by getting your cat used to having their paws handled. Gently touch and hold their paws for a few seconds at a time, rewarding them with treats and praise. This helps them associate paw handling with positive experiences. When it's time to trim, make sure you have a good pair of cat nail clippers in a cozy, well-lit space. There are plenty of tools available to trim a cat's claws. Use the one that works best for you and your pet. Some people prefer special scissors modified to hold a cat's claw in place, pliers like clippers, or those with a sliding guillotine blade. But it's okay to use human nail clippers too. Whatever your tool, be sure the blade remains sharp. The blunt pressure from dull blades may hurt an animal and cause a nail to split or bleed. Keep something on hand to stop bleeding, such as styptic powder, cornstarch, or a dry bar of soap to rub the bleeding nail across. If you approach a cat with a sharp object in one hand while trying to grab a paw with the other, odds are you'll come up empty-handed. Because cats' temperaments and dispositions vary greatly, there is no perfect way to handle a cat while trimming their claws. Some cats do well with no restraint at all, but most cats need to be held firmly but gently to make sure that no one gets hurt. If you're trying to cut your cat's nails by yourself, try resetting the cat in the crook of one arm while holding one paw with the other hand, or place the animal on a table and lift one paw at a time. You may even be able to convince a particularly sociable cat to lie back in your lap. If you've got a helper, now's their time to shine. Ask them to hold the cat while you clip the nails, or just ask them to scratch your cat's favorite spot or offer up a distracting treat. Now that you're in position, and the cat's in position, put the claw in the right position too. Take a paw in your hand and use your thumb and pointer finger to gently press down on the top and bottom of the paw on the joint just behind the claw. This will cause the claw to extend so you can quickly but carefully snip off the sharp tip, and no more. Don't get too close to the pink part of the nail called the quick, where blood vessels and nerve endings lie. Just like the pink part of a human fingernail, the quick is very sensitive. Cutting into this area will likely cause bleeding and pain. If this happens, apply a little pressure to the very tip of the claw without squeezing the entire paw, which would only increase the blood flow. Dip the claw in a bit of styptic powder or cornstarch, or rub the nail across a dry bar of soap. Don't continue if they're too upset, but keep an eye on them to make sure the bleeding stops. It's common to only cut the front claws, but take a look at the rear claws just in case they've gotten too long, especially if their sharp tips hurt you when your cat leaps on or off your lap. Since most cats fuss more about having their rear claws clipped, start with the front claws. If you aren't able to trim all 10 nails at once, don't worry. Few cats remain patient for more than a few minutes, so take what you can get, praise your pet for cooperating, perhaps give them a little treat, and then be on the lookout for the next opportunity, maybe even a cat nap to cut things down to size. If your cat is squirmy, try wrapping them in a towel with only one paw exposed at a time. This kitty burrito can help them feel secure and prevent sudden escapes. Remember to stay calm and speak softly to your cat throughout the process. A few gentle jokes can help lighten the mood. For example, you could say, "Hold still, Fluffy, you're about to get a fabulous manicure." Or, "Just think, Whiskers, you'll have the sharpest claws on the block, but in a good way." Take breaks if your cat gets too stressed or if you feel nervous. It's perfectly fine to trim 1 or 2 nails at a time and come back later. Always end the session on a positive note with lots of praise and maybe a special treat. Over time, your cat will learn that nail trims aren't so bad and may even start to look forward to them. Happy trimming, and may your kitty's nails be as neat and tidy as can be.